If you've ever been told that changing your diet, taking supplements, or fixing your gut will improve your mental health, but found that advice to be confusing, overwhelming, or completely unworkable, this video is for you. Today, I want to talk about what nutritional psychiatry actually is, why supplements are often oversold in mental health, and some major factors researchers and clinicians still rarely consider when working with neurodivergent adults. Hi, I'm Dr. Jessica Bays, a researcher in nutritional psychiatry, and my work focuses on mental health and well-being in neurodivergent adults. So, nutritional psychiatry is a field of research that looks at how diet quality, dietary patterns, and nutrients influence mental health outcomes. So things like anxiety, depression, stress, and cognitive functioning. Importantly, this field is not about superfoods or perfect eating. It's about patterns over time. So, some key points. Nutritional psychiatry generally focuses nowadays on whole dietary patterns, not single isolated nutrients. The research often centers on dietary patterns like the Mediterranean style diet, anti-inflammatory dietary patterns, and diet quality and diversity. Evidence shows associations with reduced depressive symptoms, better mental well-being, improved quality of life. But, and this is critical, most of this research has been conducted in neurotypical populations, often without considering sensory differences, interoception, executive functioning issues, or food access barriers. So, while the science is promising, the application often falls short. When people hear about nutritional psychiatry, supplements often become the focus. Omega-3s, magnesium, zinc, probiotics, herbal products, and they're frequently marketed as quick fixes. Some things to consider here. So supplements are often easier to sell than behavior change, easier to study than whole food systems, and are often framed as low-effort solutions. However, the evidence reality is that many supplements show small effect sizes, results are sometimes inconsistent, and benefits are often context dependent. For neurodivergent adults, supplement messaging can be particularly problematic. There are often sensory aversions to pills and certain powdered formulations. There can be executive load from multiple supplements. So if the supplement regime includes multiple different supplements which need to be taken at different times of the day, there can be a financial burden. And then there's the guilt or self-blame when they don't work. Now, supplements can absolutely have a role, especially where deficiencies exist, but they are rarely a substitute for broader, supportive, realistic approaches to nutrition. Here's the part that is still largely missing from the literature, though. Most nutrition research assumes that eating is a simple, flexible behavior that people can easily change foods, routines, textures, and environments. And many factors can be overlooked. These include those sensory sensitivities, so particularly with texture, taste, smell, temperature, predictability and routine, food-related anxiety or demand avoidance, fatigue and executive functioning, and a history of disordered eating or medical trauma. For many neurodivergent adults, eating is not just a health behavior. It's a sensory, emotional, cognitive, and logistical experience. When nutrition advice ignores this, it can unintentionally cause harm. The goal is not dietary perfection. The goal is supportive, sustainable nourishment that works with, not against, neurodivergent needs. The future of nutritional psychiatry, especially for neurodivergent adults, must be personalized, flexible, and grounded in lived experience. So this might look like participatory research, co-design with neurodivergent adults, and feasibility and acceptability as important outcomes, and mental well-being over symptom reduction alone. This is exactly the gap that my research focuses on, and it is what this channel will continue to explore. If you are interested in evidence-based, neurodivergent, affirming approaches to nutrition and mental health, please consider subscribing. In upcoming videos, I will break down research findings, common myths, and practical strategies without judgment or unrealistic expectations. Thanks for being here, and I hope to see you next time.